Welcome to Balancing Act and welcome to your flow. Let's get started. To start off class today, I want you to grab some sort of towel or t-shirt or any kind of small piece of cloth. We're going to open up our shoulders here just to start. So we're going to lift up, separate your hands just about shoulder width apart and start to lift them over your head, reaching up nice and tall. As you do this, press your big toes into the mat. Your feet should be about hip distance apart. Press them into the mat as you reach toward the sky. Open up the rib cage here and start to bring the arms back a little bit, opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest. Now I want you to open up your hands a little bit more on your shirt or towel or bathrobe, tie, whatever you've got, and bring it back a little bit wider. Very nice. Just open up those muscles underneath the arms and back up over your head and to the left. With the left arm, just pull the right side down. Awesome. Don't forget to breathe here. Back up to the top and over to the other side. You can tilt your gaze to the sky if it's okay for your neck. Squeeze your glutes here and press your feet into the ground. Nice. Back up to the top and open it up a little bit wider. These yoga towels are kind of small, so if you have one of these, it might not even be wide enough for you way at the end. I'm gripping mine way at the ends just to get it over and try to get it all the way back or as wide as is comfortable and all the way to the front. All the way to the back. You should be able to do this if you have something long enough to support however open your arms and your shoulders are here. Now I want you to bring it to the top and start making big circles here. So roll around with your back and reach forward and then switch directions. Back to the left, to the front, back to the left, to the front. And then all around the other side. One more time each way. This is really such a nice way to warm up and open up your whole upper body. Just make sure you have something long enough that supports your flexibility where you're at right now. Awesome. And then back up one more time. And let it go. Awesome. You're done with that. Hold for just 1 second. I forgot to set my timer once again. Okay. Now come to the front of your mats. Inhale the arms up nice and wide and drop it down. Bend the knees nice and soft, really soft, and just shift the weight from your right leg to your left leg, bending the alternate leg. Let the blood rush to your head and to the backs of your ears. And just shift the weight side to side here gently. Plant your hands where your feet are as you take a stroll to the back of your mat and come into a down dog. Nice. Let's stretch it out here. Let's pedal it out here. Do whatever feels good for your first down dog of the day. Tailbone is moving toward that back wall. Knees are lifted. Shoulders are pulling apart and away from the spine. Pressure is being placed at the base of your index finger. Awesome. And then sink down to your knees. Arch the back and round it. Arch it and round it. And arch and round. Very nice. Push back, down dog. You can step or hop all the way through to a seated position here, landing on your butt onto your mat here. I want you to place your hands just on the outside of your thighs and lift up here, crunch your core here, and then press your feet to the ground and come up into a tabletop. And then back. Just rock it back and forth here, flexing the feet, really using your core and activating your arms, your shoulders. Each time you press here, I want you just to really lift up and really feel it in your core. And then stretch it all out. Squeeze the glutes. And back. Just rocking back and forth. This is activating your arms, your shoulders, your core, stretching out your core. Beautiful. And back to seated. All right, inhale the arms up nice and high. Gentle forward fold. Just breathe here. Gentle forward fold. Beautiful. Now slide those hands up. Bring your feet with you and stand up to your folded fold once more. I'm in the middle of my mat, so I'm just going to take it to the front. Beautiful. Interlace the arms into your shoulders, not your shoulders, your elbows. I get your elbows and your shoulders confused once in a while. So interlace and rock side to side. Your knees are nice and soft, and roll it up to standing. Beautiful. As you get to the top, inhale the arms up and exhale, bring them all the way back down. Step that right foot behind you and drop the knee, untuck the toes. Inhale into your crescent. Hands to the sides of your feet and bring the foot back to plank pose. Slowly lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Bring that right foot between your hands and plant it. Drop the left knee, untuck the toes, come up to your crescent. Hands come down. Pull the right toes toward your nose as you bend the left leg nice and deep and spring forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Roll up to standing. Arms come up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Left leg comes back. Drop the knee, untuck the toes. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Right leg comes back. Plank, nice and strong. Squeeze your glutes. Slowly lower. Inhale. All the way to up dog. Open up that chest. Pull the shoulders back and down. And tailbone comes back. Left leg between your hands. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Pull the left toes to your nose as you bend the right and spring forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Roll one vertebrae up to standing or flat back if you can, all the way to standing. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, lift. Right leg comes back. Keep the knee up this time. Plant the right hand and take a twist. Reach that left arm to the sky. Sweep the arm all the way up. High crescent. And drop it down. Left leg comes back. Plank pose, slowly lower. Inhale, lift, exhale back. Right leg comes forward. Plant the left, raise the right. Take a nice twist here. Couple of breaths. Then sweep the right hand all the way up into your high lunge. Beautiful. Drop the hands. Pull the right toes back and bend the left and spring forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Round or flat back all the way to standing and drop it down. Left leg comes back. High lunge. Don't drop the knee. Plant the left hand and raise the right. Take a nice deep twist here. And sweep the right hand all the way up into your high lunge. And drop it down. Right leg comes back. Plank pose, slowly lower. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Left leg comes between the hands. Take that twist, raise the right arm. Nice deep breaths. Open up the chest. Drop that left hip down. So we're keeping our hips square to the floor. And sweep the left arm all the way up. Awesome. Take a deep breath. Drop the hands. Pull the left toes to the nose as you bend the right knee. And spring forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Rise all the way to standing, however it works for you. And drop it down again. Inhale, lift. Right leg comes back. Come up into your high lunge. Open up into warrior two. Sink down. Tip back, peaceful warrior. And cartwheel it down. Left leg comes back, slowly lower. Inhale up dog. Exhale down dog. Right leg comes between the hands. Come up to your high lunge. Open up warrior two. Tip back, peaceful warrior. And cartwheel it down. Stay here in this lunge. Bring the right toes back. And step forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. All the way up to standing. Drop it down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Left leg goes back. Come up into your high lunge. Sink down, warrior two. Tip back, peaceful warrior. And cartwheel it down. Right leg comes back. Slowly lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg comes forward. Nope. Yes. Nope. Sorry. Bring your left leg forward. I got confused for a second. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale. Sink down. Tip back, peaceful. And cartwheel it all the way down. Bring those left toes to your nose. We're back on track here. And spring forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Hold here for just a moment. Separate the feet hip distance apart. And just hang and rock here. Let gravity pull your upper body down towards the floor. I like to put my forearms behind my head here. That little extra bit of weight sort of gives me a nice stretch in my cervical spine, the top of your spine here up by your head. And I like the way that feels. So you might like it too. If not, yogi's choice. And then roll up one vertebrae at a time, really consciously rolling your back and stretching out your shoulders as you come all the way up to standing. The crown of the head is the last to come up. And hands come to heart center, namaste. Beautiful, I think we're warm. I'm going to adjust my tights. And we're going to roll into our standing flow. Very nice. Hands to namaste. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, arms come up nice and big. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Bring both feet back. And plank. Slowly lower. Inhale, up dog. Squeeze your glutes. Open up the chest. Press down dog. Right leg comes up. I'm going to have to move my mat a little bit closer here. Right leg comes up. Nice. Keep your right hip nice and square to the ground. Don't open it up really big. We're just stretching really nice through the back of the left leg right now. But your right foot is flexed nice and hard. Beautiful. Now bring your knee all the way to your nose and crunch. And press back, three-legged dog. Hips stay square. Crunch. Press back. Crunch. And press back. Bring the foot between your hands. Nice. Plant the left hand, raise the right, take a twist. Awesome. So sink down here. We're a little bit warm in this pose. This is not the first time you've hit this. So just deep breaths. Breathe into your hips. Sweep the right hand and all the way up to your high lunge. Beautiful. A couple more breaths here. We just hit one breath in the warm-up, but we're going to sit for a little bit more here and let it burn. Open up warrior two. All right, sink down. Now in your warrior two, check your alignment. Make sure your right heel is aligned with the curvature of your left foot. Shoulders are dropped as you look right over this middle finger, think a little bit left so you're not reaching forward. And think about magnetizing your feet together to engage your whole lower body. Awesome. Cartwheel it down. Slowly lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal it out if you need to. Raise the left leg. Awesome. Keep your left foot nice and flexed. Your heel is just trying to press up against that back wall, and you're dropping your left hip. Your knee is elevated, pushing away through the base of your index finger, and then bend the knee and drag it nice and slowly with control to your nose. Press back, three-legged dog. Drag it to your nose, three-legged dog. Drag it in, three-legged dog. And plant it between your hands. Nice. Sink down, even out your hips, press the right hand into the mat and take a twist. Beautiful. Try to keep your hands really moving out into a T. So I don't want this hand reaching forward or reaching back. Really straight up and down, perpendicular to the floor. Sweep the left arm all the way and come up into your high lunge. Think about dragging that right hip forward, keeping your hips facing the front wall. Let it burn for a moment. Find your breath. Inhale on the exhale, warrior two. Sink down, check your alignment. Think about dragging those feet together. Awesome. I know it burns. Warrior two always burns. Press through the outside of your right foot and cartwheel it all the way down. Beautiful. Find your plank, then drop it down into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Now, just for a little active recovery break here, what I want you to do is lift up really high on your toes and ripple roll forward, starting with the shoulders. So you're rippling your shoulders all the way down your spine, coming into your up dog. Tops of your toes on the ground. Now, as you push back into your down dog, separate your feet just a little bit wider than they were before. Now lift up in your high tippy toes and ripple roll, starting with the shoulders all the way forward into your up dog. Tops of your toes on the floor. Press back, down dog, open up your feet a little bit wider. They should be off the edges of your mat now. Press back, down dog, lift up through the knees. Come up high on your tippy toes. Drop the head and ripple roll forward all the way down. Up dog, tops of your toes on the floor. Press back, open your feet a little bit wider. They're off your mat now. You're in a big, wide down dog. Come up high on your tippy toes. Ripple, roll forward all the way down. Untuck your toes. This time, give me the biggest up dog that you've got and get your thighs off the ground. Pull the shoulders back. One more. Open your feet a little bit wider. You're basically in a straddle down dog now. Press all the way down. Lift up high on your tippy toes. Ripple, roll forward. As you get to the ground, untuck the toes. Push up, lift your thighs off the ground. Open up the chest. And press back down dog. Beautiful. That was a nice big opener. You can bring your feet back to the center of your mat now. And we're going to raise the right foot. Open up the hip this time. Make some big straight leg circles. Straight legged. To the outside and to the inside. Beautiful. Now bend the knee and drag it to your right elbow. Find your plank here while your elbow is trying to touch your knee. Press back. Two more like that. Spider-Man and press back. Spider-Man, press back. Plant your foot between your hands. Awesome. Take a twist. Raise the right hand. Sink down into your hips. Sweep the arm all the way, high lunge. Inhale, exhale to warrior two. Flip that top hand over and tip back, peaceful warrior. Beautiful. Drop the left hand a little bit further down the leg. Awesome. Extended right angle. Use your elbow to your knee here. You don't have to go all the way down into the pose yet. We'll come back to it. Awesome. Now I want you to come into a straddle. Face both feet towards the front and sink down. Just hanging down here. Your knees can be nice and soft, and they probably should in your straddle. And then we're just going to rock side to side with our knees like this. Rock it side to side. Now, as you're rocking side to side, we're going to do a little more work here on our lower body. So we're going to start hands either in namaste or on the ground. We're going to bring it all the way down to one side. Flex this right foot, and then all the way over. You can walk your hands, flex the left foot, okay? So what I want you to try a couple of times is hands in namaste, and with your lower body strength, just coming back and forth into these skandhasanas. Just do these on your own breath, on your own time, and just press up. Really try to press from the whole foot, not leaning into any one particular side of the foot. And then I want you to walk it to the front, come back into your low lunge, foot comes back. Awesome. Slowly lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Very good. Left leg rises. Very nice. Open up the hip a little bit and make some big straight leg circles. Nice big ones. And the other direction. And left. And then your knee comes to your elbow. Push back. Knee to elbow. Push back. This is your outside left knee, left elbow. Third one. That's the last one. And plant it between your hands. Awesome. Press the right hand in and raise the left. Take a twist. Sweep the left arm all the way up to your high lunge. Beautiful. Open up to warrior two. Let it sink down into it. Let it burn. And tip back, peaceful warrior. Right hand moves down the right leg. The left hand and the left knee are moving away from each other, like someone's grabbing this left hand and grabbing this left knee and pulling them in opposite directions. And then bring it all the way over into your extended right angle. Use your elbow to your knee, but not so much just to lean on it, more to like rest on it and open it up. I don't even like to keep my elbow here at a right angle because that encourages a little too much leaning. I kind of open up my arm a little bit more and use it more to open up the knee. Beautiful. Reach, reach, reach. And come all the way forward into your straddle. Your feet stay where they are, but your toes are pointed straight ahead and you just hang and fall. Awesome. Shift the weight side to side, bending the knees. Awesome. And as you do this a little bit deeper, we're going to do the same thing we did before. Flex that right foot, walk it all the way across from side to side. And if you can, take a couple of these hands-free skandhasanas, sinking all the way down. Please do. Try to do a few of them on your own breath. Very challenging. You might need to bring your feet just a little bit closer together. Last one, walk your hands all the way forward. Back into this lunge. Left leg comes back. Slowly lower. Inhale, up dog. Get those thighs off the floor. Down dog. Awesome. Pedal it out. So good. Well done. Roll over to the left side for a big side plank. So you can straddle the feet like this. I mean, not straddle, stagger them. You can stack them. Or if you want, you can just drop a bottom leg to give you a little bit more support if that's what you need. Whatever you're doing, I want you to lift your hips up, engage your core, tuck your tailbone, and squeeze your glutes. And also press out through that left shoulder. If you're sinking in the shoulder, I don't want that. I want you pressing out. Get that shoulder as far away from your ear as you can as you reach toward the sky with your right hand. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Plant the right hand and just roll right over to the right side. Same thing on the right side. Yogi's choice. What you do with your feet. Stagger, kickstand, or stack them. And reach. Open up the chest here. Try to get your wingspan as big as you can. Awesome. Squeeze your glutes. Tuck that tail underneath you. And drag it all the way down. Back into your down dog. Reach the right leg up nice and high. Open up the hip and bend the knee. Big circles with a bent knee. Big circles. You can even drop your knee down here and do like a full, I don't know if you know what a hip car is. I was doing these when I was rehabbing my hip. You basically align your knees together and push up and make a big circle, bringing your knees back together. Beautiful. Now drag that right knee to your left elbow and have them kiss. Push back. If you can't do that, just knee to nose or skip it. These are extra for core strength and upper body strength. Really good if you're working on your inversions and handstands. Plant your foot. Awesome. Rise all the way up to your high lunge. Open up warrior two. Tip back peaceful warrior. Exhale all the way to your half moon. I'm going to adjust myself on my mat here. So press down here into your half moon. Open up the left. The left hand reaches to the sky. Right hand is at a 45-degree angle away from the foot. Fingertips tented, supporting you. The left foot is flexed or pointed. I don't care which, but just not floppy. Oh God, please. Please, no floppy feet. Just flex it or point it or alternate it. I like to do both. If you want to progress this for just a minute, you can reach back and try to grab your left foot. Press your foot against your hand and your hand against your foot. Open up your quads here. Open up your... My mind is drawing a blank here. Your quads and your hip flexors. That's what I was trying to think of. I'm really lifting up so hard through my right kneecap. Release that. One more deep breath. Hand comes to the ground. Square off the hips. Beautiful. Give me some little glute pulses here. Good. Just all your focus here in your left glute and just lift, lift, lift. Little tiny motion here. Your right knee has a micro bend. Awesome. If your left glute is burning a little bit now, you're doing it right. So bend your knee and tuck it behind your standing leg. Come to a seated position. Beautiful. Inhale the arms up nice and high. Exhale, reach around to your right and grab your left leg with your grab your right knee with your left elbow and twist. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Awesome. Now take this right leg and swing it back behind you. Leave your left leg sort of as is, but we're going to come into our pigeon pose. So your left leg is sort of in the right place. You're just going to adjust things and sit back down on top of that left hip. Now in your pigeon pose, I don't want you sitting on your hip like this. I want you to stay on top of it. Your hips should be sort of equidistant from the mat. So you're up, okay? You're up on top over your hips. You're not falling to the side. And wherever that lands you, I know that your hips are opening right now. Just breathe into it. Give me a big up dog in the upper body. And then if you want to, you can come down on your knees. This is a really nice place to use blocks to bring the floor a little closer to you if you want. But just keep sort of edging that right. I like to use my right toes and just kind of walk it back. And just breathe in here. You really can't do this wrong. The only thing you can do wrong here is not breathe and come out of it just because you're uncomfortable. I don't want you to feel any pain, but if you feel some discomfort, okay, I think that's what we came here for, right? So just breathe into it. Awesome. We're going to press back into our down dog now. And we're going to give our left leg a reverse stretch by opening it up nice and big. Bend that knee and do those big bent leg circles here, or your hip cars where you drop your leg, open it up nice and big both directions. Nice big circle. Think about your hip socket. It's like a ball in a glove, right? In a baseball glove, and you're just trying to move it in every single direction. Beautiful. Now drag that knee over to your right elbow and kiss it. Press back to right elbow. Press back to your right elbow and press back and plant it. Awesome. Rise all the way up. Woo, I lost my balance. Rise all the way up. Open up, warrior two. Tip back, peaceful warrior. Reach, reach, reach. And I'm going to adjust my feet right into your half moon. Right leg floats up. Open up your whole body in one plane of space as much as you can. Flex your elevated foot or point it. Reach, reach, reach with that right arm. Micro bend in the left leg. We're not hyperextending our knees ever, ever. Your neck is nice and long and your crown of your head is reaching toward that front wall. Reach the crown of your head and your right foot away from each other. Beautiful. If you want to, you can bend that knee, candy cane, grab that right foot and press. Feel those reverse vectors, your foot against your hand against your foot. Beautiful. And open it up again. One more breath. Drop the right hand, square off the hips, micro bend left knee, and pulse. This is just you squeezing your right butt cheek. I don't want you to think about lifting from the foot. I want you to think about squeezing your butt cheek, and that's what's lifting your right leg. Awesome. Give me a bunch more of those. Tiny little movement. But again, if your right butt cheek is burning, you're doing it right. Beautiful. And now bend your elevated leg and tuck it behind your standing leg and come to a seated position. Let's take a spinal twist here. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, twist. Right knee to left. No. Right elbow to left knee and twist. Inhale, lift and lengthen, open the chest, and exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist. It's not a stagnant pose. You're not just standing still. Every breath has a direction for your body to move. Beautiful. Let it go. And take your left leg and put it all the way back behind you for pigeon pose on the other side. Okay, so sit on top of that hip. Adjust your body as needed. I don't care if you're heel has to be really close into your groin. However you make this work, I just don't want you to sit over here, okay? I want you on top of it. So I really don't care if the front of your leg is parallel with the front of your mat or if it's at an angle. I just want you not sitting down almost like on your side. You're on top of your hips, opening up this hip flexor and dragging this hip down. Beautiful. Pull the chest open. Come down to your elbows if you like. Use your blocks if you like. Couch cushion, whatever works for you here. Beautiful. And press it up, open again one more time. Okay, take that right leg. Let's counter stretch it out. Lift it up nice and high. Open up the hip. And drop it down. Down dog. Beautiful. One more of these ripple roll. Lift nice and high and ripple roll all the way forward into your up dog. And come all the way down flat. Beautiful. Okay. Bend your right leg here as you're on your stomach. And I want you just to open up this left arm straight out to the side and roll your body open. Just rolling your body, your right foot comes to the floor. And you're opening up your left shoulder here, almost like a pigeon pose for your shoulders. Beautiful. And roll all the way back down. Right arm extends, left arm bends, left hand comes to the mat, and roll it open. Beautiful. Open up that shoulder. Beautiful. And back to the floor. Press back down dog, crouch like a tiger and hop all the way through. Beautiful. Into your boat pose. Just a couple more seconds here to hit our abs. So your legs come up either straight or bent. I don't care which. I just don't want you to put your feet on the ground for about 60 seconds. If you do need to take a break, hug your knees in and just keep your feet off the mat. Beautiful. So hold it or straight. If you want to grab your toes, you can. If you want to open up into straddle, whatever variation of boat you like, it's up to you. The only thing is that your feet can't touch the floor. Beautiful. Breathe deep here. Hold your core nice and straight, nice and strong. And then I want you to roll down slowly. I know it burns, but wherever you're at, I want you to roll down really slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Tuck that tail and get on that first vertebrae and roll it down, one vertebrae at a time, all the way down. Keep your legs elevated if you can. If you can't, just bring them into a tabletop. Keep them elevated if you can, and your hands come over your head. Breathe, tuck your tail so hard, press your lower back into the mat so there's no space here. Press, press, press. If it's too difficult, raise the legs and let it go. Beautiful. Oh, we did a lot of core work today without doing any setups, and that's pretty cool. Press your feet into the mat. Raise up your hips here. Awesome. Just raise them up nice and strong. Think about stretching out that core. Interlace your fingers. You can roll up a little bit higher on your shoulder blades if you like. Imaginary resistance band around your knees, keeping your knees facing forward, pressing through hard on your big toes. Our bodies will take the path of least resistance. So if you just let it go, this is what's going to happen, right? You need to fight through that, engaging all your muscles here, pressing through the big toes to prevent that from happening. Deep breaths here in your bridge. And then take the shoulders out one at a time and roll it down one vertebrae at a time. Knees come up, make some circles. Very good. Other direction. You can come up to another bridge like that or a full wheel, whichever you prefer. So hips come up. Bridge is the same. Imaginary resistance band. Press through the base of the big toes, or hands come underneath your shoulders and push all the way up into your bridge. You can go on your tippy toes, flatten your feet, whatever you like. But again, you still have the imaginary resistance band here. So keep those knees together. Squeeze your glutes. Press through your big toes. You have to really be conscious of pressing through those big toes. And then one vertebrae at a time, roll it all the way down, sort of like a reverse ripple roll like we did before, and your knees come up and make some circles. Beautiful. We did some good muscle work today. Lots of strengthening and endurance on our lower body. Press your feet into the ground. Fold over here, make a figure four. Reach through, clasp your hands, and pull in your knee. Nice. Breathe here. Don't tense the shoulders into your ears here. That might be a little bit of a tendency. Drop them down nice and low. Keep the neck nice and long. And just pull. Beautiful. Now drop the right foot and pull the whole leg over. And just let it fall. This is a nice stretch down the IT band. So you can splay your arms here in a T and just use the weight of your left foot to pull this knee down to the ground. Awesome. Bring it back up and switch. Right knee comes over. Make your figure four. Reach all the way through and grab behind your thigh and pull it in. Opening up the hip here a little bit. Take a few breaths here. Drop the left and pull the leg down with the weight of the right heel and foot. Stretching through the outside leg, the IT band on the left side. You can open up your shoulders, open up your wingspan here. And then back up, plant both feet. Windshield wiper out the knees, both sides. Legs come up straight. Grab the toes if you can and open up your feet, however is comfortable. If you can just let them straddle open, opening up your inner thighs, that's fine. If you want to grab your toes with your index and middle finger, that's good too. I just want you to get your shoulder blades on the floor as much as possible and feel that opener in your groin. And take a few breaths. Beautiful. Back up to the top. Drop your feet, open up your hips here. And just let the knees fall open. Just a gentle stretch here. If you want to finish your Shavasana in this pose, please be my guest. If you want to take a few more breaths here and straighten out your legs, whichever one works for you. Thank you for joining me and taking care of yourself today. It was a pleasure to teach you. Peace out.